Hi there. Welcome back. It's so good to be back. I can't believe it's 2024. We are here this week to discuss my favorite word ever. You've heard of it. You may not totally understand it. You may have searched for it on the internet. We're learning it through the years. It's called Hygge. Some people pronounce it Hygge. It doesn't matter how you pronounce it. It really doesn't. But the Swedish pronounce it as Hygge. My husband is part Swedish, and we have learned a little bit more of how to live like the Swedish. And the wonderful thing that the Swedish do is they learn to, especially at this time of the year, winter. So wintering, or hygge, in a decor sense, it's a way of making a cozy, comfortable space, a space that feels warm and inviting. I link it with wintering. Honestly, if you really want to enjoy wintering or hygge, it's really about staycations. It's about being home. I have no problem with people traveling throughout the winter. In fact, I think it's wonderful if that's what makes you happy, because it's all about finding your joy. For me personally, winter is a time for me to decompress. It is a time for me to stay at home and learn to fall in love with my home. I am in love with my home, but this is a time of the year where I really look inside the walls and pay attention. I love to garden during the other times of the year, but the winter time is a time for me to pay attention inside the walls. I love to do things that are more about relaxing at this time of year. So my husband and I tend to do more reading, sitting by the fire, enjoying a warm cuppa. We love to have warm meals like soups and stews, and try to do like one pot meals, things that are very cozy and warm. We light a lot of candles. We do binge watch TV. There's nothing wrong with that, but we try to do more of off-screen things. We try not to watch TV or look at our phones too much. There's not a lot of screen time, let's just say. It's a lifestyle, but it's, when you're talking about decor for Hygge, it's more about cozy, comfy, thick plush blankets, and it's about fluffy pillows, and it's with Hygge decor, it's more of like a tan and neutral design. There's no bright crazy colors. I love color. It's lovely, but at this time of year I like to hunker down and get very cozy and warm and relaxed, and I don't like a lot of stimulation and activity that's, can be upsetting sometimes. It's too much coming at you. My brain needs to calm down and quiet down for the winter. So what I tend to do is do more of the neutral colors. That could be blues and grays, it could be tans and browns and oranges and reds, whatever it means for you, but stay more towards the rust reds or the lighter colors. It's not usually pastel or very bright bold or neon. It's nothing like that. It's very relaxed and neutral. What you're going to be seeing this week is us transforming our decor from Christmas to more of a winter. Life is slowing down for us now, and I couldn't be more happy about it. This is a time for the fire. It's a time to relax with a good book. I am going to compile a list of some books that I've been wanting to read, and I'm going to sit down and read them. Maybe play puzzles or, board games with my family. We love board games here. So I'm not a big winter sports person, so always wanted to be, and I might take that up in the future. But if you ski, rent a ski lodge for a weekend, or just go for the day and come back and enjoy a cup of hot cocoa, whatever that means to you. Sledding, whatever. I would be sledding, honestly, if we had some snow. We're not getting very lucky with the snow here, but that's okay. I'm going to enjoy the weather as it is. I guess what I'm trying to say is that hygge is a way of life. It's a feeling. It's a type of relaxation and cozy warmth and comfort. It's not about busyness. This is a time to hunker down and relax and take time for you to learn to take care of yourself, whatever that may be. I'll have some ideas throughout the video of what other forms of hygge you could do. In this particular case, I'm going to work on some decor, but I'm going to talk about Hygge for you. But one thing that's for sure, not a lot of people practice Hygge. There's so much craziness going on in the world, so much busyness. There's a lot of stimulation coming at you with the news and upsetting news. I choose personally not to pay attention to most of it because it's sensationalism. It's trying to get you worked up, and I get that there's a place for that for some people, just not for me. I am going to hopefully give you some ideas that you can utilize, but hopefully either way, even if you already know what this is, I hope you enjoy this video, and thanks for watching. Paul and I are enjoying a beautiful snow day today. And we're going to take this opportunity to maybe suggest some really great things if you want to binge watch. We are a little late to the game, but we are starting to watch The Crown.
Great show.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. I think the acting is wonderful. I think they're really nailing it with the characters. It keeps you in suspense. It's neat to see.
It's kind of fascinating, yeah.
It's neat to see history and things that have already occurred and what transpired from it, and seeing it from a different perspective from a monarchy. It's really, really cool. So we're enjoying that.
Yeah. What are we in season 2? We just started.
We're in season 2, which kind of came upon us because we're binging it. So it was like, oh, we're in season 2. But
yeah, but it's been great. Great show.
It's been really great. So we had challenged ourselves this year to maybe do one show that maybe everyone's been kind of talking about that we maybe weren't moving towards watching ourselves. But we thought, let's challenge ourselves. And boy, am I thrilled that I did that. And maybe some guilty pleasures along the way. Like I'm not a big fan of The Bachelor at all, but my mother-in-law had gotten me to watch The Golden Bachelor, and she really souped it up, and I thought, all right, I'll watch it. I really enjoyed it. It actually was a really lovely version of it. I don't think I'll be watching the rest of them, but that was really a neat guilty pleasure. I absolutely love the British baking show. I will watch and rewatch that over and over and over again.
Something nice in the background, something pleasant, I guess. Yeah.
What are some of your picks?
I don't think I found like The Crown I'm really enjoying, but I'm enjoying The Wheel of Time, although we have to
I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, we have to wait quite some time for the next season, so that's kind of frustrating. And The Rings of Power is pretty good also. So enjoyed both of those, and again have to give a long wait for the next installment. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Virgin River. I read all, I think it's 26 books and even a novella in between. I read the entire series, and I absolutely, years ago when I was doing book club at the time with some friends, and it was suggested, and I thought, sure, why not? Absolutely fell in love with the series. So I have my thoughts of who these characters look like, as we all do. I think we all picture these characters a certain way. So at first I might have been a little disappointed. It wasn't what I expected. And of course they have to put a lot of the books into one season, and they kind of change it around and move it around, and also they'll change it up for entertainment value. So you're a little disappointed at times when that's not how it went in the book, or gee, that's happening already, or however, I'm really enjoying. That's the problem when you read a book first.
You always compare it. Yeah.
But I do love to read a lot. But I have to say, I am enjoying it. So that's another series I really like.
But like the same with The Wheel of Time, one of my favorite book series ever. And the show is different. They mix up the plot, they change some of the characters. But I'm trying to look at it as a different entity than, not following the book exactly. And it's really fantastic. Well done, and it's a really enjoyable show. So.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd enjoy it with you.
Yeah,
but I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
But you read the books too, so your heart's in it more than mine was. But I am enjoying it. Yeah, there's a few different series here and there, but those are the ones that really pop into our minds. I'm sure I'm missing a ton of things. I do tend to steer towards British channels. I do have.
Blood.
It is. I am a lot European, so I do tend to veer towards that. But yeah, I love cooking shows. I love anything Gordon Ramsay does, so I love that. I'm trying to think of what other things, and I love The Masked Singer. It's a silly, goofy thing that really brings me so much joy, and I love to guess at who's under the mask, and I love when they discover someone this past season they discovered Dick Van Dyke, which was, oh my gosh, the best, and teared up a little bit. So he is an icon. He's absolutely the best. So that was really cool to see. But yeah, those are some of the things I would love to recommend in the future. Some things that we're watching. Put down in the comments anything that you think we should watch, because we're pretty much game for anything. We do tend to steer towards a certain type of show or a movie. I definitely love comedies. I love anything that's European. I do love cooking and baking shows. I do love decorating. Clearly I love to decorate, so I love anything that has to do with that. And of course I love romance. But even that, I have to be in the mood for that. I do tend to steer more towards comedies. I do love watching comedians. We love Trevor Noah. He's just so funny. Jim Gaffigan, we love him. So I will watch pretty much anything they produce. We do love Adam Sandler movies. He's great because he's so versatile, and he grew up not too far from where we grew up. So
He's a New England boy, yeah.
He's a New England boy, so we support that.
And he's a big fan of the 80s, as are we. So,
he is, and we are too. So that was a lot of our growing up. We were born and raised in the early 70s, but we certainly...
we grew up in the 80s, I think.
We do, and we're attached to the 70s, but we're mostly attached to the 80s. That was our formative years, I think, that we remember well. So we do tend to do that, but honestly, recommend something you think we might be interested in. We're not into horror at all, so we won't really watch that, or too suspenseful.
Yeah, the crime dramas, not really our thing.
No.
We're more of a happy, upbeat kind of thing we like to watch. So.
And we have our favorites that we always watch. We've watched Harry Potter series, the movies, I can't tell you how many times, at least 3-4 times a year. I watch Pride and Prejudice. I mean, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've watched it. I don't think I watched it too much last year, but I do tend to watch it probably about 10 times a year, maybe more. I will rewatch that. The one with Keira Knightley. I know there's different versions, but that's my absolute favorite version. There are certain people that I follow on Instagram that I also watch on YouTube, and I also have my favorites. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, I have no association with these people. I just think they're worth watching. If you haven't watched these people yet, I would absolutely watch Dainty Diaries. She's just amazing. She has a great proper British accent, Irish accent. She's, Irish accent, which I have a lot of Irish in me, so of course I have a soft spot for her, and I always wanted to live in either England or Ireland, but she's phenomenal. She's cheeky and silly and just absolutely talented, and she's humble. She's a lovely human.
A lot of fun to watch.
She's a lot of fun to watch, so I would highly recommend her. Right. I love White Cottage Company. Mary Yoder is a wonderful person to watch. She's full of ideas. She really, she's based in Ohio. And I have some family out in Ohio, so of course that drew me to it. But she's absolutely phenomenal with her gorgeous home and gorgeous ideas. I love Exo McKenna. I love her, and she's a real lovely human. Hill House Vintage. Oh my! I was saving her for last, but if you have not watched this person, oh my God, are you in for a treat? She is. Oh my gosh, she's just the loveliest human. She's a mom and a wife, and she's an icon. She absolutely is the epitome of class and style and loveliness, and I adore this woman. And everything she puts out, whether it's a book or anything, I'm there. Her account is on Instagram, but she also has some YouTube videos, which I believe she started out doing first. And every now and then she'll post something on there. Lovely to watch. Monologue, I love her. She's has beautiful gardening videos, and you can see her ducks running around all the time. She's lovely. I know I'm missing some, but these are just some recommendations of who to watch or what to watch, and yeah, I know I'm missing some. Oh, Lovely Lady Bits is when she gets together with Catherine from Dainty Diaries, the two of them, I mean, you will be tears strolling down your eyes. Honestly, they are so funny. They're great friends that met through this medium.
Channels, right? Yeah.
And they are just great. And I even watch her show separately. She's just lovely, and she's fun. She's a lot of fun, full of ideas. And who could forget Mr. Kate? This family is just the loveliest family. If you haven't heard of her, oh my gosh, I don't know how, because she has a furniture line, wallpaper line, all kinds of things. She is so creative. She calls herself a creative weirdo, and helps us to hone in on our creative weirdness, and she's just absolutely the loveliest human. Every time I turn on their channel, all I do is smile. She's just so full of life and joy and energy. And her adorable son Moon and her husband Joey, they were in a whole different field at one time. Kate was an actress and wanted to do design and went to school for it. And Joey was in a band, he was a drummer, and he also did some acting, and the two of them left it all to do this and to do a YouTube channel. And I know there's more to their story. Follow them, you'll see. And then they had Moon, and they're just a lovely family of three, and they're just full of creativity. I don't know where these ideas come from, but she's full of them.
Quirky, but really sweet.
Oh,
really nice.
I love her quirkiness. I love her silliness, and full of color. There's no blandness there at all. It's full of joy and love and just kindness. She's a lovely human being, and so is Joey, and so is Moon. Lovely family to watch. So those are my recommendations for YouTube. I know there's more, but that. I've discovered some new ones along the way. One thing I will mention is Paul and I are changing our style. We have been farmhouse, cottage for the longest time. Beachy got thrown in there at some point, and we still love it, but we're kind of going in a different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
It is. So stay tuned this season, this new season. Now that we're back, you can see what we're doing. It's going to be, we're still keeping our brick, we're still keeping certain elements, but we're doing some big changes, mainly of design, mainly cosmetic, but there will be some projects here and there throughout our home. But we have some things we've discovered about our home that we have to fix up. We have some design changes coming, but it's going to be a fun year, a very fun season for us.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a lot of it. Adventure here just around the house. A lot of fun things to be doing, exciting things, so stay tuned for the ride. It's going to be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.